Hey y'all, it's Lippy with Gemini Homestead. As you can see, I'm in the shed. Well, under the shed. So you know I'm coming to you with a heavy heart. Any new visitors, first of all, I welcome you to our channel. But please don't miss this video, because it may be something that may spark another side, another opinion to a horrible situation that is happening. Today is May 30th, 2020. And I don't think there's a person out there that's not aware of what's going on today. Now, when January 2020 came around, we had a horrible virus that hit. It paralyzed our country. Emotionally, physically, financially, and mentally. We're just now trying to crawl ourselves out of it. When something so tragic took place less than a week ago. Now, as I move forward into this video, right now I'm going to start by saying, if I offend you, I apologize. This is not to offend anyone. This is to share my perspective. And maybe it'll shine some light if you who are watching sees it one way. You may be able to see it in another form. Another person's thinking. Another person's feelings. But I'm going to start off by saying a good man, from what I'm seeing, lost his life by the hands of another man. Not by the clothing or the armor that he was wearing. You see, I don't see it like that. I see it as hatred within a person. It's not a symbol. It's clothing. Meaning I'm not going to judge by what that person had on or the armor that person had. Because he was wrong. So all of y'all probably are agreeing right now. So then let's move forward. In this particular community, it angered people. People are angry. People have had enough. I get that. Because y'all, this is not the first time this has happened. Nor will it be the last. Okay? People are struggling. But by no means do you take to violence. That's an injustice. This man lost his life. That was an injustice. So what do? You come back with violence? That's an injustice. Because you see, this is my take on it. And follow me. There's a right called the First Amendment. I actually wrote it down word for word because I did not want to paraphrase. You know why? Because it's an amendment. I do not want to disrespect it. So therefore, I will not paraphrase it. Yet I'm going to quote it. And I have my paper right here. And it states, freedom of speech, of religion, and expression, the right of the people, peaceable, okay, you hear me, peaceable, to assemble and to petition the government for a grievance. Nowhere does it say that you have the right to inflict harm upon innocent people for your freedom of speech, your expression in a peaceable manner. So see, this is what I see. I see communities. Let's start with Minneapolis, Atlanta, Georgia, Memphis, Tennessee, Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, Los Angeles, California, Baltimore, and there's more. Okay, protest across the country. But that's not what we're seeing, y'all. We're seeing violence. Nowhere does it make sense in my head. This is your community. You need to build it up. Build it up. Make the change. Build it up. Make it possible for business owners to prosper, to grow, to exceed. But hell no, you're burning it down. So I ask myself, why? You just burned an innocent man's business down. You're destroying vehicles. What did these people do to deserve this? No difference than the man that lost his life. He didn't deserve that. But you say the justice system's flawed? Maybe. But it's still a justice system. No, that man that committed this crime and the others watching. There's the problem. That's it. That's where it begins and where it ends. You cannot blame a community. We preach to ourselves and our community. Don't blame us for what one bad egg did. The same principle. Y'all, we're being laughed at. Our country is better than this. Way better. We're better together. Don't let this be the example to the children. Because young folks, you got it wrong. You got it all wrong. All I ask for you to do is look at another perspective. Ask yourself, this is my aunt's business. This is my cousin's business. How would you feel if it got burnt down? How would you feel if your aunt, your uncle, your cousin's car was burnt to the ground, but that's the car that takes your mama to and from chemo? How would you feel? You think about it. Y'all, this has nothing to do with race, young people. Forget the narrative. I know there is media, news platforms and all, and there's some that they play on narrative, and I'm begging you to take the negative out. And what I mean by that is, and I'm going to say it, I'm sick and tired of hearing white man, black man, Hispanic man, Oriental man. No, it's a man. When you label the word man, when you label the word woman, you have spun a narrative. Think about how that makes you feel. We don't live on narratives. Not in this country. We're better than that. So I wrote some. Now this has been things that I've been thinking since last night, and it is really, it's really hit home to me. But this has nothing to do really with my channel, but more of my platform that I hope I can reach some of you young folks. Y'all probably know what tags are. You probably know what a title is. Well, I'm going to sit here and tell you, I'm going to practice really hard because I really want to touch you young folks. If nothing else, just to give you something to say, Because if I can get you to say, and know that everybody cares for everybody, really, in the bigger picture. You got your bads, but in the bigger picture, we're all together in this. Because there's going to be more battles to come. But here's a note that I wrote to myself. I wrote, you're protesting for justice. This is an injustice. Remember what I said earlier? So I come back and I say, you have every right to be angry. Remember I said that. But listen to this. But you have no right to perpetrate violence. So you're promoting violence when you're supposed to be protesting against violence. Make sense of that. You're sick of the violence, but you're protesting it. And you're doing it. See, that's the part I don't understand. What do you want? You want a war? You want fight? You will get nowhere. I want you. Nobody will. We're going to be a mess in a handbasket. We need to love one another. I know that sounds cliche. Open your hearts and open your minds. We need to love one another. Agree to disagree. But at no time am I dismissing this horrendous, horrific crime on a man that lost his life. At no time in this video, please know, I have no remorse. I feel nothing for the gentleman who took this other man's life. And I take that back. He's not a gentleman. He's the devil. Does that make you feel better? Because I agree with that. But I started not to do this. And I said, no, this is not for my subscribers. Well, it is if y'all want to watch. And this may go nowhere. But whoever happens to run across this video, know that violence has never answered anything. So, this is my conclusion. Conclusion meaning the ending. Because I didn't want this rant to go too long. But think about the conclusion. Y'all, this is not protesting. It started that way. I feel bad for the protesters. The ones that went peacefully. They have every right. It's their First Amendment. But see, what I think is going on, what I believe is going on, is you have these cells, these groups of people. Okay, follow me. Who see these protesters. So they swoop in. They're all across the country. And they reap havoc, violence, take people's lives, hurt people. It's an agenda. They're not there for the cause. The protesters was. The people there wanting a change, wanting justice, peacefully. But you got these no-yos that swoop in and they take it all away. They just destroyed everything that the group of people actually was trying to do. And these are groups. I believe they're paid for. That's what I think. I have that right to think that. See, that happens to be one of my rights. But it's not accepted. And you young folks don't need to accept it either. Because, see, y'all are the generation that can make a difference, positive or negative. I pray that you make it in a positive way. Don't let these no-yos take away what you may be trying to do and change to better your generation. You know, I've got my generation. We're probably going to always see it differently. So that's called life. But I also have grandchildren. And I don't want this crap being the example of the behavior that is accepted. Because this is not accepted. Never will be. So you young people, don't partake in this. If you are partaking, get the hell out of it. Because it does you no good. It shadows everything that you may stand for. It puts a blanket across your face. So what do you stand for? Think about it. Think about the innocent people who just lost everything in the world and they had nothing to do with what that man did. And the 3 spectators that was watching had nothing to do with it. So take the narrative out of it. And y'all know what I mean. Stop the labeling by color. Crayola box of 16's got many colors. But guess what? They all draw the same. Just saying. They all paint a pretty picture. Maybe we need to be more like Ray Charles. Think about that one. I'd be proud to be like him. You know why? Because he never judged by color, because he couldn't see. God bless that man. So yeah, if you want to join in this political rally, go right ahead. But your future is bleak to none. It's going to suck. Or you take this opportunity to reach out to your generation and say, you know what? We are better. We are better, y'all, than this crap. I'm afraid for the innocent people tonight. I'm afraid. I truly am. Because one man has done put every other man and woman in uniform at harm. Because of the narrative and the shallow-minded ones who want to follow the leader. How about be a leader? Change it. Don't let no more blood be shed. Violence will never be the answer. But hey, if you don't open up your heart to the Lord, I guess that is your answer. All I can say is I feel sorry for you because you're missing out on some good stuff, y'all. Put the Lord in your life. You'll find peace. You'll conquer the world. Because you'll love thy neighbor. Or just be shallow. You're missing out. That's all I can say. But until next time, God bless each and every one of you. Because I love each and every one of you.